Hello, welcome to episode 4 of the BOGCAST.
I'm gonna stop this.
The show of the show of the people is what we are. And for this episode and for all episodes, I'm your host, Steve Buscemi, aka Hal. Beneath me is Michael Litra. I don't know who that is.
It's my clitoris.
God damn it! Alright, to the left of him we have Zub.
Yeah.
And above him we have Mr. Cum, who is in full view
Hey.
now. So
Hello.
you can see him.
You can see him.
Yes. Good. Brilliant. So this is episode 4, and for this episode we are changing the structure of the BOGCAST. No longer will we have Bilms, BV, Bames, and Bellavision.
You, BB, Bames,
Boozic.
Bilms, Buzik.
We will be having just the first section of the pod will be topics we bring to the to the table, and we will be
La
having
table.
the table will be things we have seen, and then the second will be completely devoted to hypotheticals. I've actually got some topics for this episode.
What are
Wow.
they?
Well, he's not gonna say them yet. That would kind of ruin it. Just listing them all off. That's
first-
right at the start.
We've got some news first. So, first piece of news I found very interesting. It was in the newspaper the other day. I discovered that Nicolas Cage will be playing Joe Exotic in a mini-series for TV.
All right. They're
Oh,
kind of
and-
milking that, aren't they?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I feel like there's already been a series on him, and
No.
I doubt we're gonna get any more information off of Nicolas Cage's acting.
yeah, no. What do we think of Nicolas Cage's acting, just out of interest? 'Cause some people
He's
think
done-
he's a terrible actor. Some people think he's actually quite a good actor.
He's
What do we
done a
think?
couple of good roles, but overwhelmingly he's done very mediocre roles. I would say.
Hmm.
I just think
But-
it's a bit boring.
Just because he's done mediocre roles, do you think that means he's a mediocre actor, though?
All of his roles, he plays a similar like person, like
It's like
from-
Liam Neeson. But like a different
Mm,
character.
But Liam Neeson's not a bad actor, though. That's what I'm saying is
Mm.
is Nicolas Cage actually a bad actor?
Nah.
No, you don't think he is.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
They're all
Do you
worse.
think he can? Do you think he can pull this off? Do you think? I mean, first of all, do we think it's going to be good? Second of all, do we think he's
No.
going to do a good job in it?
No.
it is me,
Oh.
Joseph Stalin.
Jesus. Look at him. He's there. Look at him.
Oh wow.
He's very
Um,
square shoulders, hasn't he, Stalin? I don't know how he got so big shoulders.
well, he'd have shoulder pads, wouldn't he, to make himself look more impressive?
Do you
I
think?
would have thought. Well, yeah, he's got those metal things
Oh,
on his
yeah,
shoulders as well, and then. Oh look! If I do that, I can make my.
I need to find out how to do that background.
Yeah, you
Do you
do.
reckon, I
Second-
can go shirtless but be
Back
like
on.
camouflaged?
Do it, Harry. Get naked, and then they won't be able to see you. Just be dancing around, and there'll be no.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
it
gonna
won't.
work. It's just,
No.
look, because you can see that skin because it's so pale.
Second piece of news we have is not interesting at all. Not even exciting in any way. But
What is it?
I just thought I'd say there's a new Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Valhalla.
Assassin's Creed, yeah, Valhalla. Has anyone played Odyssey? Does anyone have Odyssey?
No.
Didn't
I've
think so.
only ever played one version of Assassin's Creed, and I didn't really like it.
Which one was that?
I don't remember. I got it free from Xbox Live deal, like I don't know, a few years ago, and I
Alright.
played it for a bit. And I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, because
I played like one ages ago when I was like year 7.
what do you think of it?
Rubbish.
Even then, you thought it was rubbish.
Yeah, they're just boring. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the other side. I quite like the Assassin's Creed series, to be honest.
you?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I played the pirate one.
Black
I forgot what
Flag.
it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one's very good. I enjoyed that
That is meant
like
to be
that.
quite good because you can sail the seas.
because pirate.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, in that case, why didn't you get Odyssey? If you're a fan of the series.
because I don't have that kind of moolah.
Oh
To
right.
be
Okay.
honest.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
It didn't look very well. I mean, maybe if you're a fan, it looked good, but to me, I don't know. I've never played it, so I can't really make a comment. But yeah,
I'm not out of money anymore.
you're not out of money anymore.
I got paid.
How have you
800
done that then?
Have you been making cash? Have you furloughed?
Yeah, but like they paid me 800 quid for nothing.
I
So
get.
There's money now. It's great.
It's weird. They pay me. They pay me £5 one week. They pay me £11 the next week. I don't know what's going on. And I only work an hour and a half, so I should be getting £15. But for some reason, that hasn't happened yet. So whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good.
got-
You're making,
yeah.
you know, bit of money,
Dough.
bit of dough. Yeah. Always.
Buy Xbox Live at Alec and
Yeah.
a good mic that might work.
Yeah.
Oh,
do.
I have a good mic. It's a good mic.
Do
It's
you?
got.
Do you?
It's got a microphone.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
I know it's good.
Anyways,
I don't think
keeping
it is.
keeping things on
Keep on
track.
track.
We've this is something which I've discussed with Harry. I don't know, Zuby and Alec, you may not know about it. You may not be interested, but I think you probably will. I think it's something that kind of most people in general are going to have some interest in. And it is that, have you heard of the Minecraft Earth project?
No.
You haven't?
I've heard of it. Is that like Pokemon Go ripoff of Minecraft?
Oh no, that's something else. That's
No,
Minecraft
no.
Earth.
You said Minecraft Earth, and you're thinking of I forgot what it's called, but it isn't called Minecraft
Terra
Earth.
1-to-1, I think it is.
Yeah,
but-
maybe I.
Do you want to explain it, Harry?
Basically, there's a fella on YouTube who was like, "Hey, wouldn't it be awesome if we built the whole world in Minecraft?" So
Yeah.
Oh,
would
right.
you be
Yeah, I have heard
doing
about
that?
that.
I have
Yeah.
not heard of that.
He lives in Chicago, so he built Chicago first.
Yeah. What do we
Right.
think? What do we think of this?
That sounds good.
Sounds what? Hello?
Hello?
What do we
Is it
think?
yellow?
What do we think of that?
It's good. It sounds good. It's
You like the idea?
going to be finished.
Anyone's guess, to be honest. I think it's going to be 2 years before it is. 3 years.
You
3
reckon?
years
I-
till it's
oh, it's gonna be
completely
massive.
finished.
I doubt it's ever gonna ever be completely finished, like in the depths of Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, a ton of
Well,
it's
yeah.
going to be forest and desert, isn't it?
But
Yeah.
but the plan isn't actually to make it as accurate as the world is. The plan is just to make all of the structures on Earth. I think that's what they're doing. Which I think that can be done. I think that will be
Oh, wow.
something that will be
Okay,
possible
yeah.
to be done in 3 years time at least. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it
That'll be
sounds.
good. It's finished.
Yeah, I've tried to download it, but it didn't really work. Also, I'm not very good at building, so I don't know what I can contribute really. Yeah, when it's done, when I'm like 30 or something, maybe I'll have a look. But until then,
Yeah.
I'll just be observing on the sidelines, I guess.
It's going to take
Uh,
ages. Do you reckon people will like lose interest before it's finished?
That's a good question, because yeah, people might just get bored of the idea. Is the thing.
Yeah.
But there were some stupid people on the internet, and I don't think everyone's going to give up. I don't think it's going to be given up on, at least. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, there'll be those few dedicated people.
Yeah.
Just keep it going.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, we've got I don't know if are we ready for some dino news?
Oh.
Dino.
Dino news.
Some dino news. This is the news section. This is
Go on then, hit me.
replacing.
What's this dino news?
This is replacing Bilms. The new dino. We got two pieces of dino news today, and the first one is there's a dinosaur called a Spinosaurus. Do we know that one? It was in Jurassic Park 2, I think.
How are you?
Just
You're
free-
frozen.
Yeah. Everyone was frozen. You're right there, Mike Clitoris.
You're really laggy, Al.
Yeah,
So I
everyone's
just
really
heard
laggy.
Spine, and then it was in Jurassic Park 2. I don't know what the question was.
Okay. Does everyone has anyone heard of the Spinosaurus? And you've gone again. You've gone. I'm never going to be able to finish this. Yes.
It's got the big bones on its back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The,
like the sail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It fights the T-Rex in Jurassic Park 3 or 2.
I don't know. They kind of got boring after the first one.
I've only ever watched Jurassic World. I didn't watch the other two.
The
Turns
third
out-
one, the third one has one of the scariest jump scenes ever. Just saying.
It's a dinosaur movie.
No, there's
Dinosaurs
a
are
scene.
scary, Alec. Dinosaurs are scary.
Listen, there's
there
a
wa-
scene.
They're not.
There's a scene on a plane, right?
Yeah.
Where Alan is sitting down and he falls asleep and he wakes up
Oh yeah.
and in his dream there's a big dino saying Alan like just next to him. It's so
Yeah,
scary.
That
So
bit is
scary.
really scary. I haven't watched it, but I've seen that bit, and it's a
Spooky.
scary bit. Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Oh man.
It's cool seeing it.
I've only seen Jurassic World. I haven't seen the original ones, but
What? That's
What?
disgraceful.
Not
Oh,
even
no,
the
on-
first one.
on the ski trip, I think I watched it with Harry. We both
Oh
got
yeah.
we both sat outside in plastic deck chairs and got like duvets over ourselves and watched Jurassic World in the snow. It was like snowing on us.
Yeah. I
But
remember that.
I think we only watched like half of it, and then you went to go
Yeah.
to sleep in someone's cupboard. So, anyways, I haven't even got to Dino news. All right, first bit of Dino news. Turns out Spinosaurus had like a newt tail. So you know how newts got like flat tails like eels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
didn't
what
know
it
that.
had.
Oh wow.
Really?
I don't
Newts-
know about newt
Amazing.
tails. Sorry.
They've got to have. Yeah, well they do, and
Nice.
How did they find that out?
because basically
Exactly.
they hadn't had the they knew it was like semi aquatic because it had the same teeth as like crocodiles, and it had like a sensor for when you're moving around in the river. But they found the tail recently because they didn't have the tail before, and its bones are like flat, so it must have been a swimmer.
How'd you? Oh.
Or the fossil
Just-
which they. Excuse me, I'm talking. Excuse me. Or the fossil which they found got crushed by a boulder.
Bones don't melt, Harry.
No, crushed, flat.
No.
What do
No.
you mean no?
Not,
How
well,
do you
that's
know?
not how bones work, Harry.
You wouldn't just squish.
Yeah.
You could like just you could, like, have something fall in your arm. It'd just be like a little bit flat.
If
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah.
Bones don't do that. If I got your arm and I put it under a
Mhm.
massive stone, your arm
Mhm.
wouldn't get longer. It would.
No,
it would shatter.
It would spread out a bit.
it just
It would shatter, and then it would, just
Yeah.
spread out like a pancake.
Yeah.
No, because it was one piece of bone. It wasn't like different bits of bone.
Okay. I'm just
Listen.
saying that I'm not sure you've done all the research.
I'm the Dino Man. I know. do you reckon that's the same with the bones in its back? Actually, really, really small bones in the back. They just got.
They just got
Squashed.
crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm really intrigued to see what this looks like. This thing.
It's cool. It's like the biggest dinosaur, the biggest meat-eating dinosaur there ever was. So
What Spinus? I'm thinking of a different dinosaur. I'm thinking of the big herbivores with the sail.
Yeah, same.
That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking of.
okay. No, it's the one that's like walks on 2 legs.
yeah.
It's got the big fin on its back.
But it was a meat-eater.
Bipedal.
Bipedal,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
It's
was
weird
thinking
looking
of-
thing because it's got really short, really small back legs, and the front legs are just like these massive claws, and it walked on its knuckles like a gorilla. It's a weird thing.
We're thinking of Stegosauruses, Harry.
Oh, you're thinking of.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you can't really see from here, but
That's kind of weird. I think it'd be such a boring job being a paleontologist, whatever they're called.
I'd like it. I mean,
Maybe-
that's what I wanted to be when I was a kid. I wanted to be a
Yeah.
paleontologist.
Yes.
Wanted to dig up dinos. Sounds like a dream job. Well, it sounded like a dream job, but I found out you don't actually get paid jack for it. So not that fun after
Yeah,
all.
but it's just like old pensioners who are like retired, just like, let's find some bones.
I'm sure that's exactly what it's like, Alec. I'm sure that there are only old people who are paleontologists.
Let's find some bones.
Jeff
They always
Goldblum
talk
wasn't
about
an old person, was he, Alec?
Yeah, he is.
He wasn't though. He wasn't always
on,
an
have
old
you-
guy.
No, they look like this. It's quite.
Let's see.
Where are they?
Yeah, spine. They're like crocodiles, but with gorilla
No, the
hands.
people that dig the bones.
Oh, this is what a paleontologist looks like. I don't know which. It's gonna be different for everyone on the screen. So, Alex to my left. Alex to no wait. Is that my right?
How's to my left? Harry's down and Alex.
Oh,
Hal's
right.
there, Zoopy's there, and Alex there.
It's so weird when you put your
Owl
hand next to
there.
the screen because like this bit gets smaller. It just looks like you got a really big hand. It's weird. All right. Do you want to get a second dose of Dino news?
There's more.
Can we go past Dino news, maybe? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not sure that this is a Dino podcast. I'm not sure everyone's listening.
Last episode we talked about dinosaurs as well, didn't we?
Oh,
No, the episode thumbnail had a dinosaur.
This one's gonna as well. All right. Well, I'll say it very quickly.
Oh.
And Velociraptors didn't travel in packs. As a kids
Mm.
they did, but as adults they didn't. So
And they're really small.
and
Much
yeah,
smaller than in the films.
they're like turkeys. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Well.
All
there we
right,
go.
I've got some news that I want to bring up on the podcast.
Go
Is
for
it about
Mhm.
dinosaurs?
We've discussed it. We've discussed it in private, but I want to get everyone's view on it now. Okay.
Okay.
In Cyberpunk, you can choose
Oh,
what
yeah.
your penis looks like,
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
and
What?
And
Yeah.
I want to see how everyone feels about that.
And well,
That's quite a good.
also I
I'm-
think you should say what kind of penis you're going to give yourself because I think that's a
Mhm.
fairly interesting question as well.
Are
Yeah.
there
What do you
like
think?
pros and cons? Is it like plus 50 damage if it's like plus 2 inches? Like how does it work?
That's mobility.
Plus
I
10
don't know.
charisma.
Yeah.
Who
do we
knows?
think? Do we think? But I read the article. It's like there's a mission you do, and after you do it, you get to design your own penis.
Mm.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay, here's a question:
Go for it.
circumcised or uncircumcised on your 2077 character?
Um,
uncircumcised.
I'm going circumcised.
what do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
of your circumcised. And
No,
you'd,
sorry,
like,
sorry. I forgot what circumcised mean. Yeah, circumcised, definitely.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
answer.
And it would have like the veins would be metal. The head would be metal,
Ugh.
but everything else would just be this fleshy material. Or
Mine's
flesh,
gonna
it
be
would
mine's gonna be completely metal, and it can shoot bullets.
Mine's gonna have different colours all over it, like the
Thing is-
flashing lights. Oh,
It'd just be like a disco dick.
yeah, pretty much.
Thing is,
I mean,
though,
it flashes even faster.
what? Wait, say that again.
They better allow you to do that. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think they're gonna let you helicopter in cyberpunk.
Yeah. That's a good. The thing is, though, think of all the things that come with having a. Well, things that come with having a penis. Because if you've got one in the game, surely you've got to be able to do stuff with it. Would you
Yes, they've confirmed there's going to be a first-person sex scene.
not? Really? Where
Yes.
you.
Wow.
Why? What? Why? Why? First of all,
Make
why is
it
there
realistic.
a customizable penis, and why is there a?
Make it make it realistic.
Yeah, will people also take dumps? Is there going to be a dump cutscene where you have the
Wouldn't be
character taking a
surprised.
dump in a bog?
Wouldn't be
Mash
surprised.
your
I don't know.
button.
Not that fun, is it?
It's really fun.
A sex cutscene could, I guess, but I mean, it's not that
oh.
necessary.
Hal likes watching sex cutscenes.
Are there any? There's one in The Witcher, isn't there?
I think it's a game
On
creator.
There
GTA,
is.
on GTA, you can get a Proza and go for first person.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I
in
obviously
the
don't know.
flesh.
I obviously don't know that from experience. I just know that from articles that I have read.
Of course. Yeah, but I'm not too crazy about this idea. I mean, it's not going to impact anything, but I just don't. Because the thing is, if you think about how much time you take to customize a face in like a Rockstar game or a Bethesda game,
Yeah.
people are going to be, if there are that many options for a dick, they're going to be taking that much time to do it on a dick, and that's just wasting valuable gameplay time when you on
Good use of it.
the juice of it.
Good use.
Oh, good use. I mean, you can make it juicy if you want, Alec. No one's going to stop
Okay.
you. Yeah. I've been listening to something which, well, I've been listening to like various artists, but something which I think is quite cool. So it's like these various artists have come together and made an album for like the NHS. So it's like unreleased songs, and then all the money is going to be going towards to NHS. I'm not going to buy it because I don't have that kind of money, the moolah, but
Yeah.
that's a thing that exists. Yeah. So I've just been listening to artists that are going to be on that. You were
Did
going
you
to
hear they're only just starting to put like a 14-day lockdown on people that come in the country?
Oh yeah. Oh
Like
right.
at the end of this month. And they could have done that since March, and we could like avoid a lot of this.
Yeah, well,
Right.
I don't think that our government's done very well at all with the whole lockdown thing.
You don't think?
Personally, no.
Yeah, I
No.
agree.
We've got the second most deaths in the world and the most
Mm.
in Europe. So I think that fundamentally we've obviously been really lax for the sake of helping the economy rather than people.
Yeah.
But
Problem what? Well, yeah. Problem was, I don't think the government's done a terrible job, but I think the main problem they did was they focused on how China was doing when they should have been focusing on how Italy and Germany were doing. Because
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
essentially,
know.
we're not China. The British people aren't Chinese. They're not going to act in the same way. And the thing is now, what I think is still a problem is that we're looking at how Germany's doing, even though, coming down from the lockdown, even though we haven't followed them going up to the lockdown. So I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to be the
Yeah.
same way.
Problem is,
exactly.
our government
Mm.
are like, oh, shouldn't compare yourself to other countries.
Yeah.
But then,
But
like, my uncle in Italy is saying how like their news is like comparing them to us because we're such a
Hmm.
bad example.
Yeah,
It's like, at least
yeah.
we're not there, you know. So it's like,
Oh,
you know,
man.
maybe you should compare yourself to other countries.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And I mean, since when has our government never compared us to other countries? Look at
I
our
know, it's
education
just
system.
a
It's just
stupid
based
thing
on
for him to say.
Singapore's, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
great.
we could have prevented it a lot earlier.
Yeah, for
Mm.
sure. Yeah.
I do think we should have gone into lockdown at least 2 weeks earlier, in my humble opinion.
I think that probably
We could have been out of it like
yeah.
a few weeks before now
Mm.
if we did it
Mm.
just a week or so earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Australia's done something right because they're going to ease it down within the month's time, I think, in terms of
Yeah.
full lockdown. Like they're having parties next week. They're preparing for
Jeez.
parties next week, so they've been getting like imports of like beer and stuff, you know, preparing
Well,
for
I
the
guess we'll just see.
celebrations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see if that's a bad idea, which
Mm.
it might be, just straight into partying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I don't think we'll like come out of lockdown until October time.
yeah.
Not fully. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think?
Well,
Do you think?
I heard that they're planning on taking year 12s and year 10s back to school
Yeah, that's right.
sooner
isn't
rather
it?
than later, because obviously those in year 12 and not year 12, year 13 and 11, you know, they
Mm.
don't have to go back to school. They're done.
Mm.
But for those years, you know, they've got big exams next year.
Yeah.
They're cautious about how much school they're missing.
Yeah.
So I heard there was plans to take them back before summer.
Yeah, right.
I've
Probably.
got a feeling that they might possibly wait until September though.
Yeah.
Mm,
We'll
yeah,
see.
I think they
We'll
could
see.
do. I mean, do you think
They
that
could
that
do that
when
from-
I don't know what you said. Do you think that when we get out after this, people are gonna be overly relaxed or overly kind of cautious? Because I'm thinking either people are gonna be kind of, even though it's relaxed, people are still gonna be really cautious and they're not gonna want to interact with people, or people are gonna take the opportunity to just, you know, fuck it and have tons of parties and tons of celebrations.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would have hoped for overly cautious, but
Yeah.
knowing people from the UK, I think that they're just gonna
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
parties.
It's gonna
and
be
stuff.
parties on
I
the
don't think we're
beach,
really
in the
like quite
pubs and all that.
Australia.
Sorry?
What did you just say, Alec?
We're not going to be like quite Australia with this, so like just go
No, yeah,
parties.
yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's
Well-
it's a
The problem is, like, I read a book the other day, right? And it was like, if everyone self-isolated like properly, like 2 meters from everyone, could you wipe out the common cold? And it
Mm.
said that in, you know, shortening it down, it wouldn't work because some people have such weak immune systems that even if everyone isolated for a month or two, some people would still have it. So
Yeah.
you couldn't get rid of it because some people's immune systems are just not able to, and then
Yeah,
they'd all go
yeah,
back,
yeah.
and then it would just spread again.
Mm.
So
yeah.
even after, I think you'd still have to be cautious of some people, you know.
Yeah, exactly. What we have done right though, and this isn't necessarily something that kind of our government's done. Well, I guess it is because they've been telling people what to do. But the way that we brought our peak down, you know, Germany's done it through tons of testing. So has South Korea. China's just forced everyone to go home. What's quite good is people here have listened. So we have brought our peak down
kind of.
by going inside. That
Well,
is.
I've seen pictures from like Hyde Park and beaches on hot days during like the middle of lockdown, and there are just loads of people there, and the police don't have enough power to make them go.
Not,
so
not
they
the middle
can't.
of lockdown. That was towards
Yeah,
the
no,
beginning.
there
it?
have been images from last week from the middle of London with protesters there in big groups protesting lockdown because they're, you know, slightly thick.
Yeah.
Or it's like people are not like, the majority of people aren't really like against it, but they're kind of like, okay, well the peak's gone,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
it's
but
in, so they're like,
Mm.
okay, I kind of want to go outside.
Yeah.
but that's not how it do be working.
No. And that's the truth. I mean, let's just count our blessings, though. We aren't America. Look how things are going in America. 1 million.
Sure.
1 million.
Mm,
1 million cases. That is
mental.
mental. Yeah, and I think there are still parades of people going out saying,
Yeah, there are.
This is the government made this. It's just Bill Gates to promote his vaccine.
Yes. They're replacing the batteries in the pigeons.
Turn of the Frog's gay. Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, we have done 30 minutes. Do we want to cut it now, or do we want to wait until the Zoom call ends out? Is this a
We
natural
can cut
break?
now and do 30 more minutes.
Yeah, sure.
I'm up for that. All right.
sure.
Okay.
And we will be catching you
Later.
after the break.
In the next one. Oh
In
well,
the next.
it's in the same one really. I just
2,
tapped the lava
1.
lamp. Fuck me.
Hello and welcome to the second part of the BOGCAST. The part where we bring some questions to us. Well, there have already been some questions, but we have some better questions coming up. Hopefully, Harry's just burnt his hand. I think. What happened, Harry?
I've got a lava lamp and I stupidly took the top bit out and then poked the bulb because I wasn't really hot in there.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Have a go. Anyway, I'm gonna.
Okay, whatever. Well, this episode, last episode even, we did. Oh man.
It's gone all red and I think it's gonna blister.
Why did you touch it?
It
Shut
it
up.
do be like that sometimes. Yeah, stupid.
I'm actually gonna go and get some cold water because that might help a bit, and it's quite painful.
Okay. Well, this question I think
I'll
can
be back
see
in a
it's
minute.
taking a while to answer, so I will kind of bring it up to you guys and see what you think. So we got one question. Obviously, if you want your own question to come up
As
in the
in, like, in the
podcast.
comments.
In the comments, we actually got a question.
Oh wow!
Yeah. This has never happened before. But if anyone has a question they want to bring to the podcast and wants the boys, if anyone has a question they want the people's podcast to answer, then please do. But this comes from Alex Witten, who says, "Most disturbing film you've ever watched? Most of mine are Japanese. They produce some crazy shit. What is the most disturbing film you've ever watched?"
Oh man.
I saw this a while ago, and it took some thinking. I didn't actually come up with anything in the end, but
Yeah, that's
'cause
a
it's-
difficult one.
it's like saying I mean, it might not be the same for you, Zuby, if you don't listen to a lot of music, but it's kind of like being asked, what sort of music do you listen to? Obviously, you can think of a lot when you're like not being asked, but when someone puts you on the spot, it's hard to just select,
I would say the worst scary film I've ever watched was The Con.
You
When
just
I
cut out.
was like,
Wait, Alec, wait. It's all right. You can start now. Cut out.
did you hear what I said about the movie name?
Didn't hear it. No. Say it again.
Oh, I said
please.
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring. Oh, right.
Yeah, no, because I was like in year 7. I decided to watch it for some reason, and then I got really scared, and I never watched it again.
Harry, we got asked an actual question from an actual person. Who exists?
What was the question?
Alex Witten says, "What is the most disturbing film you've ever watched?"
I'll tell you what it is. I
Yeah.
was at a sleepover it was either year 4 or year 5, and we watched one of the Final Destination films, which aren't that scary now, but when
Yeah.
I was like 9, I basically just got horrified from it.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
got to be it for me.
Alec, do you remember? I think we were in drama together. Sorry, reference to school, not meant to do
Yeah.
that. But we were in a class and someone showed both me and you a clip from Final Destination. Had you seen it before then? Have you seen one of them?
Me?
No.
Oh,
No, no.
Alec.
Alec.
I've never
I'm
seen
looking. I don't know which way. Alec.
Yeah, it's all
here.
changed now that
On-
we've done it again.
Exactly.
How
Alex
your-
here.
On my screen, you're looking at me when you do that, Hal. So I don't
Oh
understand.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you can change it around. I think you can. I don't know. Whatever. Most disturbing film I've ever seen is probably. Oh jeez. I don't know.
It's a toughie. Oh, I know
Thing is-
mine.
What is it?
So it's not really a film, like a short film. Harry,
Yeah.
do you remember in
in like
year
what is it?
6?
Oh
when
yeah,
we watched
that,
Lights Out
yeah,
for the first time.
that was so
And
scary.
we were like young in year
It
6,
was
and it
terrifying.
was so
Yeah.
scary.
Oh, that was awful.
No, I remember when we were in
Oh
tutor,
shit.
like what someone in our tutor from like either you or like Lawson or something there, they like showed it to some of us, and I still remember that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I got
Jeez, no,
scared.
I've never actually seen it, but when I first, I think, it must have been like 2016, and we had recently moved out, so the house was really like empty, but we did have the TV, and I didn't watch Lights Out, but I watched the Lights Out trailer, which is
No.
terrifying, and
Yeah.
Well,
I
this
just-
one was like on BuzzFeed, wasn't it? And it was like,
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
the film is based on like a really short film, which is what
Mm.
we saw in year 6. But it's basically just one really, really scary clip.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes long, but it's,
Yeah,
it's like this woman like turning off a light and then back on. again.
yeah.
yeah.
What?
No.
It's like you find it right now.
Hang on a minute, I'm gonna do a Lights Out moment.
I'm gonna try and find it.
Do it, and then you can share
Hasn't worked.
your screen, and
Yeah.
we can
Has it worked? As
Let
it
me see if I
works.
can find it.
Oh, I found it.
Can you share your screen? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. No, not your phone screen. That's not scary. Is it? Like
I don't know how to do that.
I'll- I'll
Harry,
try
you
and
find
find
it.
it.
Yeah.
It's actually terrifying. I hate it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not good with spooks. So
No.
I don't watch a lot of horror films. Like
Same.
oh shit! No. Most scary is definitely Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Most
It's not
disturbing.
scary.
So disturbing.
I
I'm
didn't
not-
have any.
I'm not good
it
with-
is
I'm not
quite
good with
disturbing.
spooks.
Okay.
The most scary bit in that is.
Hal, you've disabled screen sharing. Can you enable screen sharing, maybe?
No, I don't want to see it.
Really?
Just
I'm scared.
But in your free time, Google
Yeah.
Lights Out face or something like
I'm
that.
not
and-
gonna do that.
on-
I'm not
on
gonna do that.
Google, and it
I-
shows you the exact screen clip, whatever, where you see the thing for the first time. And that's what we saw at like the tender age of 10 years old or whatever.
I'm really scared now. No. I'm
Yeah,
not
that.
It is really, really spooky.
Is it gone now? Is it gone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gone. Yeah.
God.
I'm not good with that kind of stuff. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was. Yeah.
It is
Tell you
quite
what-
scary.
Can't remember what. I think I was watching Band of Brothers the other day, and it was just like a bomb dropping, and like my arms just had it was like an electric shock went down my body because it was complete impulse, and both my hands just went up like that, just like that. It's just a reaction. But yeah, no, I'm very easily scared. Spooked. Yes. Tell you
That was a
something.
good question.
Tell you something. Yeah, that was a good question.
That was a very good question.
I think until we get.
Can we have more?
Can we have more questions, please? Yes.
More questions, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steady flow of questions is what we need.
Mhm.
What be? Maybe we could do like a live stream or something. So
A
people
live
can,
Q&A
like-
or something, yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, if someone watches that, they're not going to watch the actual podcast. Say something.
What if
Cool.
we get any questions?
Again, I didn't get what happened there, Harry. What happened?
I dropped some ice.
Oh. Is your hand feeling any better?
Yeah, I've been putting it in the icy water.
Okay.
I got a foot injury this week.
You what?
I got a foot injury.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I haven't really been able to walk on it for a few days.
How? What happened?
I was doing this fat run, and I got like a really, really good personal record. And then I got home, and I just went to sleep.
And
and
you
I
woke
woke
up with a hurt foot.
Shouldn't
Yeah, and I woke up and I couldn't walk in it.
shouldn't you like stretch and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should
Mm.
stretch that foot, Alec.
I was too tired to stretch it, and I forgot.
What do you?
I know what
Well,
it means.
That's your own
Like,
stupid fault.
because
though.
the
I mean,
adrenaline
Yeah.
is so high, you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
realize.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. It was a good run though. Did you go around, find some nice places?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Did you go running? Oh.
Tell you something cool that happened to me yesterday.
Mhm.
It wasn't cool. It was just weird. Like I was outside, sitting on a chair, looking around, and
As
then
you
there
do.
was this. It sounded like a toy helicopter going, like a cloud of toy helicopters going ahead, and I looked up, and it was just like, I think
A
it
real
must have been a
helicopter?
whole hive of bees. Just like the whole hive got up and moved and just went over my house. Do they do that? Because
Bees
Maybe.
do move in a hive when the queen moves because they all go with her, don't they?
I thought it might be some bees starting a new hive,
Perhaps, I don't know.
perhaps. Yeah.
Have any of you seen
You're
on
fat fuck.
on Wednesday there was this helicopter at about 10 o'clock that just went over, and I've heard some people just hearing that there's the helicopters right now between.
Yeah.
A
A
helicopter
Chinook. It was a Chinook.
landed on the arbor like not a Chinook, like a normal helicopter
Oh,
went
right. But-
on the arbor a few days ago.
There is a Chinook that
Yeah.
you might hear it because you're
It's been
I've
over.
you and
seen the
Zuby might
Chinook.
both hear it because
Mm.
it
I
just
thought
like
no, there was one that went
3
over my
times
house.
last week. This just went over and then it
Mm.
went back and then it went over 2 times at night.
Mm.
Both woke me up very annoyingly, and then once in the day when I was going on a dog walk and I just looked up and there's Chinook going overhead. It's weird. Yeah.
Why though? What are they doing?
I think it's supplies. I think it must be ferrying
They're
supplies
doing-
between
Yeah.
Southampton to like London or somewhere.
ETA
London.
missions.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm guessing it'll be supplies. And in a while, they're going to have to take those supplies back because we're actually sending back some PP, aren't we? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's not good
I heard
enough.
about that. Did you watch? Didn't the government order like a bunch of aprons or something like that for NHS workers, like a
That's
bulk
right, yeah.
order,
Mm.
and then they were so useless they just had to send them all back.
Oh,
From
bro.
were they the
Turn-
Turkish ones?
Yeah, they were made by like one guy in Turkey or something.
Yeah, jeez. But that's terrible though, because they surely they send out like quality control people over to
Yeah.
there before, because
Yeah.
I
that
would
was
have
something
thought
that
they're not just going to order like just that many
yeah,
of one thing without testing it first.
yeah, exactly.
That's kind of dumb of them. Like,
That's really dumb, yeah.
and they haven't really ramped up testing that much. We should have like
No.
got
Hmm.
beforehand.
We did hit the goal, 100,000 on one day, but then it just went back to normal the next day.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
but, like,
some
it's-
people are even debating whether it did go up to the full one on that day.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much evidence to. I mean, they're not keeping good track on basically anything here, so they can lie.
Mm.
I think.
And now they wanna get up to 200 by the end of May.
Mm.
That's the
Yeah.
goal, isn't it?
We'll see. We'll
Don't
see.
think that's gonna happen, but
No, I don't think that's
We'll
gonna
see.
happen.
yeah. I mean, you can't be completely kind of accusatory of the government because this has never happened before. Not in
but-
our
yeah,
lifetimes.
But going, when we're nowhere near the biggest nation in the world, nor the most the most packed one, but being the second highest deaths in the world, we do need to blame the people who are in charge of making sure that we don't have a lot of deaths. Like,
I think
because
Like,
no
I think-
nation on
I think-
on Earth.
I think blaming is just pointless at this point. I think we've just got to work at
They do
improving
need to be
things.
held
Well, yeah. At the
accountable,
end, we can look back
Yeah,
and
yeah.
say what went right, what went wrong. But at the moment, they just got to do what they got to do. And if you
Yeah.
think about it,
They're
oh,
not
well,
doing it,
we're
though.
we're worse than China. Well, China's had this stuff all the time. China had wet markets open
Yeah,
until recently. So
This
you
is
know
the
that's
biggest
been going on.
outbreak since in the last 100 years for everyone.
Well, yeah, but they've had time to plan though. is the thing.
Okay, but you can think about
And so
Germany
is South
or
Korea.
France
That's why
or
South
the
Korea's done so well, I
the,
think, because
the,
South
the
Korea,
Netherlands.
you know, South Korea probably gets a lot of diseases that China gets because there's a very close
I don't know.
link between the two.
I think we could have, like, if we closed a lot of the flights and gone into lockdown a lot quicker and got loads of testing resources, we could have prevented a lot of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't.
That's true. But I don't know. You can always look in hindsight, can't you? You know.
Yeah.
Happy 5 days after Hitler committed suicide.
Mm.
You know.
5 days after.
I think it's 5 days after, isn't it? He killed himself
because-
4 days before
Mm.
D-Day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On May the 4th.
I think so, yeah. Star Wars Day is Hitler commits suicide day.
I don't think Hitler likes Star Wars.
I don't think Star Wars likes Hitler. That's great.
I love how like people were more excited by. I didn't see anyone saying it was Hitler killed himself day. But people were so much more excited about.
Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. That's. I think it was 4 days before V-Day. But,
I'm gonna Google it
Yeah,
now.
Google it.
yeah, Google it definitely, because you know. Did anyone watch the Queen's speech?
No.
Do we have
don't
any
care.
royalists?
Rich
My mum
people
did, but no.
who deserve to be executed. That's what I say.
Don't no.
Don't care.
No.
Don't care. I
Wow.
do
Don't
not care.
You want them to die?
Yes, fundamentally, we are paying people to have
Jesus.
sex with children. That just shouldn't ever happen. I don't
No,
know how taxpayers
no,
are paying.
no. This is not going to
Okay.
turn into an anti-royalist paedophile conversation.
I'm just.
because that's not true.
I
That's
think it's
conspiracy
fine
theory,
to
Second of
be.
May.
This is coming
It's
from
not
a guy
conspiracy
who
theory.
believes that the moon
It's
landings
not-
were faked.
I don't believe they were faked.
Yes, you
I
do.
think
Yes,
that.
you do.
I think we should. I think we should always have doubt. That's what I've always said about
Oh my
that.
god.
I think we should always have
There's a
doubt.
difference between doubt and conspiracy,
Okay.
Harry.
There is more
They're not
evidence
all
to
paedophiles,
suggest.
okay?
There
Is
is
that
more
the- is that the-
evidence. There is more evidence to suggest that Prince Andrew is a paedophile than the moon landings were fake. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Because
I
he
thought you-
flew. He flew on a plane where young girls were raped while they were being raped.
Can we not talk
but
about
we
Prince
can't
Andrew?
com-
Can we not talk
Okay.
about Prince
Okay.
Andrew? Because someone's going to say something that's just going to get taken out of
Mhm.
context, and then
I don't
know,
think
whatever.
that it should be controversial saying that we shouldn't pay for paedophiles to have
They're
sex
not-
with
Sound like
children.
Alex Jones.
fucking hell, Harry, that's a big accusation. The word paedophile is incredibly harsh to use. You can't just
Yeah.
go waving it around.
I can do it at paedophiles. Yeah, I think I
You
can.
can't if there's no evidence for them being paedophiles.
There
Harry.
is a lot of evidence for it.
The whole royal family being paedophiles.
Not all of them. Prince
That's
Andrew.
what you said. That's what you said. I'm not going to fund
he's-
paedophiles.
Shall we leave
He's
this
a
topic?
royal who has
Good
been
idea.
paid
Good idea.
by the
Zuby, that's a good-
taxpayers to have sex with children,
Oh my god.
and that's a fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Walken. Guys, Christopher Walken's shoulders are massive. My head's like the same size as his in this photo, and his shoulders are like right here. The big shoulders.
Big boy shoulders.
Anyways, that was a good way of segueing away from.
Yeah.
'Cause-
How it was on the 30th of April, not the
Yeah.
4th.
Oh
I'm
man,
afraid.
I was off. I was
Oh.
off. That was a guess. That was a complete guess, but
Look at Stalin's shoulders. They're
they're
like
not
really
as big
high up.
as Christopher Walken's though.
No.
Christopher Walken's
I
got
think-
massive shoulders.
I think he's got a bigger coat on though. To be fair.
I might do. Has anyone seen the Weapon of Choice music video with Christopher Walken in it by Fatboy
No.
Slim?
No.
No.
You should see it. It's got Christopher Walken and he walks on walls and he's like,
Who is he?
he's this guy.
Christopher
What do you mean,
Walken.
who is he?
I can't
He's
really see.
he's an absolute geezer. He's the guy in. He's in Pulp Fiction. He's in Reservoir Dogs, isn't he? I don't know.
What's
he's
his
in a
name?
bunch of- Don't lick it, Harry. That
I'm
just
not
burnt your
licking.
hand.
I'm sniffing it, seeing if it's still hot.
You're gonna burn your nose.
I don't think it's hot. Yeah, no, I can poke it now. It's
Okay. All right.
it's fine. It's fine.
Brilliant.
And anyone want to see what a lava lamp bulb looks like?
Yep. Sure.
Go on.
Is it gonna burn our retinas?
That's what it do be looking like.
Don't touch it. Please don't touch it, Harry. Does anyone have any question? Any hypothetical? I realised we haven't actually gone through any. We had a question, but we didn't have any hypotheticals. This is
Okay.
the hypothetical
Go on,
show
give us
where
a
questions of the
hypothetical.
mind are
Let's
asked.
think. Let's think.
Let's think. Come on, generate ideas. You know?
If
Don't
after
force
the-
it, Harry. You're gonna pop a vessel.
after this is over,
Yeah.
there's no like music concerts ever again, will you be annoyed?
That's not even a hypothetical.
No!
That's a bad question.
No! Don't care. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'll be incredibly unhappy.
Okay.
It'd be sad.
Will there be
Hmm.
bans? What?
I reckon-
set up the world for us, Alec. What kind of a world are we living in where these don't happen? Is it because they
Well, I think
physically can't happen, or because the government has not allowed it to take place?
well, I don't think there'll be any music concerts and stuff until like October time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Reading's gonna get cancelled for sure.
You all ain't going to Reading. Yeah.
I was never going to Reading because Reading's only got Liam Gallagher, who's an absolute penis, so I'm not interested in that. Me and Alec
they-
were.
One or two bands that were okay there, but I was gonna go to
Yeah, no, they've got a few. They've got a few there, but they're all right. But overall, it's just not
Bless
worth
you.
it. Bless you.
Thank you.
Compared to going to like a smaller one. Me and Alec, you were going to. We were going to one together, but that's been cancelled because it
That
was
was-
like. It would have been like in a week's time, wouldn't it?
That would have been in 2 weeks' time today.
2 weeks' time, yeah. But
I'm really sad about that one.
I was going to another one which has recently been cancelled as well, called Truck, which is near Reading actually, and that's been cancelled too, which is annoying. But I saw it coming because it's in June and like it's not going to be sorted
Loads
out
of
by
people
June.
at Marwell quit their jobs because they couldn't go to truck, and then it's not even on.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh man.
because they wouldn't let anyone like take the day off for the weekend, so that everyone
Jeez.
loads of people just quit the job.
Wouldn't you
And then-
quit near a truck? Why would you quit months in advance? I mean,
Yeah,
or-
exactly.
you do need to like hand in earlier, but like if you've got a 2-week period, you just quit. 2
Yeah,
weeks early,
exactly. You can
know?
quit
You
anytime,
wouldn't-
can't you? But I guess
Well,
no one saw
not on
this.
all jobs.
Well, some people saw this coming, but
Mm.
yeah. I mean, has just out of interest, has anyone like don't break it, Harry? Don't break it. If that drops, it's gonna break. Has anyone had to like kind of rearrange massive kind of like I guess family events or just,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
things?
My family was gonna go to New York over the flipping Easter
Oh,
holiday.
really?
and-
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
we just couldn't
Oh
go.
man,
Yeah,
I was gonna.
Yeah, my
I was gonna
family
go. Sorry, continue.
sorry, no, you say.
Okay. I was gonna go to the to the US as well, but my family was with me, and not gonna happen. But in a
Ain't
way,
happening.
I'm kind of what I'm saying now is I don't want to take any more flights because of the impact. That's
Yeah,
for
something I
sure.
want to commit
Yeah,
to for
I
the
mean,
rest of my
I'm-
life if I can. To be honest, until
Yeah.
it becomes
For sure.
more enviro friendly, not worth it.
Take a boat like the
Take
Irish
a-
did
yeah.
during the potato famine. You know,
Yeah.
a wind-powered boat which takes 6 weeks to get there and 6 weeks to get back.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in the US.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, though, it'd be good though because then it would actually make it completely worth it. You'd make
Yeah.
sure you weren't wasting your time because that's
Mm.
never gonna happen again. You're never
Sure.
gonna spend like 2 months to go out to the US and just waste your time. But yeah, no. Shame,
Yeah,
but at
we
the
were-
same time, probably for the best.
Mm.
I'm not going to say that actually. I was going to say something that
We
could be
were meant to have
offensive.
our loads of family from like Cameroon and Africa come round on Easter, but then obviously they didn't come
You're
round.
African?
There are Ingrams in Cameroon.
No, we
Are they cheaters?
we have family in Holland that like live in Cameroon a lot of the time.
Holland's not Cameroon. What do you mean?
No, no. But it was. It was no. It was owned by the Cameroon, the Dutch, wasn't it?
The Dutch.
Cameroon.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the thing why they work there.
I've got a fun empire fact for you. Okay.
Empires aren't fun.
Great.
Just a disclaimer.
It's a fun fact about empires. Okay. Before England and Scotland fused to make Great Britain,
Yeah.
Scotland had their own empire, which included part of North and South America. In fact,
When you
there's
say
a
part
place
of North
in-
and South America, I assume that means just like towns.
No, like whole parts of what is now New Jersey was owned by the Scottish, and
Really?
and Canada, and a few things in South America too
That's
that
cool.
were completely Scottish. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. How
I
do you
did-
know that?
Yeah.
I
Harry.
just know. I just know.
Harry's
every
the,
night
Harry's
I-
the
I
factoid
just
man. He has these
plug
little
in
bits of
to a
information. You have
machine.
no idea where they come from, but they'll sometimes come and they don't jump. Yeah, it's like if there's a topic coming up, they'll think, oh, there's that little bit of, thing I can retrieve from my. Is that the light bulb?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we
Should
got.
I drink this chug jug?
Don't do
Shall I
that.
drink this chug jug?
Anyone
Butane
watching, don't
canister.
do that.
Don't. Really don't.
If
Right.
if this video gets 250,000 likes, I will drink this chug jug.
Unfiltered, just literally that.
Just like
And all the wax in the bottom.
Yeah, and I'm gonna chop
Yeah.
that up and spread it
Oh.
on toast. Yeah.
Imagine if you replaced the oil in like a dressing.
With
glass with
lava lamp
that.
juice. I'm gonna Google what lava lamp juice is actually because I've got no idea.
Lemonade.
I guess it's just water, right?
No, it wouldn't be just water.
I don't think it.
I think it'll be something to make sure it doesn't rot.
It's got to have a.
It's plastic. There's a bit of plastic in it. I would have thought.
Okay, let's
Hmm.
check.
Also, guys, just bearing you in mind, you bear in mind, we have 3 minutes left until the end of the
Okay.
bog.
Yeah, I'm
So-
gonna go
Round it up.
for it.
Well, don't go
I'm-
yet, don't
I'm
go
just
yet.
Googling it. Okay,
This is the final
it-
fact of the pod. Go on. Go on.
it's mostly water, but it has some like flipping oils and shit, and then the
Yeah.
wax
Right.
is just normal wax.
Thought it was
but-
oil.
But the main juice bit's mainly water with a bit of oil, and
Guys,
obviously
I'm gonna
blue
pose
colouring.
a 2.5 minute question. See if you can answer
Oh.
in this time.
Okay.
What would you do if a swarm of bees flew along, grabbed you, and took you away?
I'd
I-
like these.
What do you mean
Submit.
die? No. This is the rule for hypotheticals. You can't answer with, "Oh, I would call the police," or "Die," or just. It's not- it's
Okay.
not fun.
Ooh,
Well, I would try and swat them away.
They would
and
grab
then-
you and take you away to their lair.
I guess I can't really do anything.
I would eat my way out of the hive. I love honey.
I don't eat honey because I'm
Oh,
I'm vegan, so
Mm.
I would just die.
You're
Why would they take you?
Disappointing. Because they're
Be
just
their
flying
new
along. They're
queen.
looking for a new hive. And they're just thinking, "Oh, there's a fat,
How many
juicy
bees-
boy.
how many
I'm gonna
bees-
take him away."
How
Yeah,
many-
I'm with Harry. How
many bees would it take to lift
9
up
trillion.
one per? Okay, if you've got 9 trillion bees in one place, then you've got bigger issues than getting taken to their lair, I think.
Could you survive an onslaught of 12 trillion bees?
No.
Are they all trying to sting me?
No. Yes.
Well then, no. I think you could survive maybe 100 if you're really lucky. I don't think you could survive 12 trillion.
Do you reckon there are 12 trillion bees in the world? I think
No,
there are.
no way,
No,
no way.
there aren't. Because bees are endangered, aren't they? There might be 12 trillion jellyfish in the world, though.
How many bees
100
are
milligrams a bee
there
can lift.
in the
So
world?
I'm doing this quick.
Oh,
maths.
this is gonna take long. This is. It can't take long, Zuby.
10,000.
I'm willing to
There are-
extend, but
Oh wow! Okay,
What?
here you go. In the world, there is between 1 to 6 trillion bees.
Well,
so I had twice over.
Yeah.
All right,
Hmm.
guys. Thank you very much for listening to the podcast.
100,000 bees. 100,000
Uh,
bees.
100,000 bees. 100,000. How would they grab onto you? Anyways, thank you very much for listening to the podcast. We are the voice of the people, the voice of the worker. Thank you very much for listening to the podcast. Send in your own
Bye.
questions, and we'll be seeing you next week.
Bye.
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 Love you.